you are hearing this right now, something in your spirit has been calling for correction. Not punishment, not fear. Correction, turning, a shift, a wake-up moment. Archangel Michael stands close to you now, not in anger, not in judgment, but in fierce protection, in truth, in clarity, in strength. Heaven has been watching you. Pull away from your path. Not all at once, not dramatically, but slowly, quietly, one choice at a time, one compromise at a time, one moment of distraction at a time. And now Michael steps forward, because the drift has gone far enough. This is your correction moment, your spiritual redirection, your come back to yourself moment. Heaven is not warning you, because you are in danger of destruction. Heaven is warning you, because you are in danger of forgetting who you truly are. Michael speaks through this moment, and his message carries weight. You have been fighting the wrong battles, and ignoring the real ones. You know exactly what that means. The arguments that drain you, the conversations that pull you off your path, the habits that numb you, the distractions that steal your focus, the people who keep you spiritually stuck. You have been pouring energy into the wrong places, and the right places have been starving. Your purpose is hungry, your peace is hungry, your spirit is hungry, and heaven is calling you back. Now take a slow breath, let your shoulders drop, because what comes next is not comfort, it is truth. Truth you have needed, truth your soul has whispered, but your mind kept pushing aside. Michael says, you have allowed too many things to have access to your heart. Too many opinions, too many voices, too many memories, too many fears, too many doubts, too many people who do not feed your spirit, but drain it. Your heart has been open in the wrong directions. Your spirit has been exposed to the wrong influences. Your boundaries have been thin where they should be strong. Michael is not here to shame you. He is here to protect you from the parts of yourself that forget your worth. When you are tired, he says, you cannot keep giving your energy to what keeps wounding you. And you know this. You feel it. You have felt it for weeks, even months, but you pushed it aside because you didn't want to face what would happen if you let go. But now heaven steps in, because ignoring the truth begins to hurt you more than facing it. Now listen carefully. This next part is heavy, but it is not meant to crush you. It is meant to free you. Michael says, you have been betraying yourself to keep the wrong things alive, betraying your peace to keep a connection alive, betraying your values to avoid conflict, betraying your healing to stay familiar, betraying your future to protect someone's feelings. This is the spiritual pattern heaven needs you to correct. You have been sacrificing your joy instead of your distractions. You have been sacrificing your future instead of your excuses. You have been sacrificing your growth instead of your fears. But no more. This is the threshold. This is the turning point. This is the correction your spirit has been begging for. In silence, Michael is not stopping you from losing everything. He is stopping you from losing yourself. Now breathe again. Your spirit is adjusting. Your awareness opening. There is more. Heaven needs you to hear this clearly. You have been surrounded by too much noise. Noise from other people's drama. Noise from your own overthinking. Noise from your past resurfacing. Noise from emotional exhaustion. Noise from situations you should have left long ago. The noise has been so loud that the voice inside you has become quiet. Your intuition, your spiritual sensitivity, your inner wisdom, your divine guidance, your true identity. You haven't lost them. They have been smothered. And now Michael is lifting the noise, so you can hear again, so you can see again, so you can feel again, so you can step forward, without carrying what slows you down. But to do that, you must correct this. You have been ignoring your spirit and obeying your fear. Fear told you to stay. Fear told you to wait. Fear told you to doubt. Fear told you to shrink. Fear told you to stay small, so no one would judge you. But fear has been lying to you. Fear is not protecting you. Fear is trapping you. Fear is blocking your movement. Fear is delaying your progress. And heaven has had enough. Your spirit is too important. Your destiny too significant. Your calling too real. Your purpose too divine. To let fear keep leading you. Now Michael gives the next truth. And this one, you must take seriously. You keep choosing comfort over calling. Comfort is familiar. Comfort feels safe. Comfort feels predictable. Comfort feels easier. But comfort kills purpose, kills dreams, kills passion, kills growth, kills momentum, kills clarity. And it has been killing the strongest parts of you. That is why heaven sent this warning. Not because you will lose everything, but because you are losing pieces of yourself. Without noticing, pieces of your confidence, pieces of your joy, pieces of your passion, pieces of your identity, pieces of your spiritual strength. Michael says, you are too powerful to live so small, and you feel that truth deep in your chest. Now take another breath. Let it go slowly, because now we enter the next part of the correction. You are accepting too little from people who should be giving more. You have been settling. You have been tolerating. You have been excusing. You have been forgiving without boundaries. You have been pouring into people who only take. And heaven is intervening, because this cycle will drain you until nothing is left. You cannot keep feeding what feeds on you. You cannot keep healing what hurts you. You cannot keep uplifting what pulls you down. This is the cycle. You must correct now, not later, not someday. Now, Michael is not warning you that you will lose everything. He is warning you that you will miss everything God is trying to place in your hands. If those hands stay full of distractions and wounds, now your spirit is listening. Now your awareness is open. Now you are ready for the next part of the message. Michael says, you must stop returning to the places your spirit outgrew. This is the heaviest correction of all, but the most freeing. Your old environment cannot hold your new calling. Your old habits cannot carry your new blessings. Your old relationships cannot support your new identity. Your old mindset cannot survive your next level. Heaven is not punishing you. Heaven is elevating you. And elevation requires separation. Not from people, but from patterns. Take a breath. The next part goes deeper. It may sting. It may confront you, but it will free you. Michael stands closer now. His presence feels like truth you can trust. Strong, steady, unshakable. He says, your spirit has been asking for change, while your habits keep choosing the same. That is the conflict inside you. That is why you feel stuck. That is why you feel torn. That is why you feel tired. In ways rest cannot fix. Your spirit is rising. Your patterns are resisting. This is the battle. Not outside you, inside you. And heaven needs you to see it clearly. Michael says, you are not failing. You are fighting yourself. The part of you that wants growth versus the part that fears it. The part of you that wants change versus the part that clings to comfort. The part of you that knows the truth versus the part that avoids it. This is the spiritual friction you've been feeling lately. Not punishment, transformation. But transformation requires honesty. So Michael speaks the next truth. You cannot heal in the same environment that hurt you. And not all environments are physical. Some are emotional. Some are mental. Some are relational. Some are digital. Some are internal. You have been revisiting the same thoughts, the same fears, the same wounds, the same cycles that God has been trying to free you from. You don't return because you want the pain. You return because the pain feels familiar. But familiar is not the same as safe. Michael says, you must stop confusing comfort with peace. Peace is calm. Comfort is habit. Peace feels right. Comfort feels known. Peace grows you. Comfort traps you. Peace strengthens your spirit. Comfort weakens it. And heaven is calling you into peace, even if it means walking away from what you've known too long. Now breathe again. Let that settle. Because now heaven reveals the next correction. You have been ignoring your intuition, even when it was screaming the truth. Your intuition is not random. It is spiritual intelligence, divine awareness, heaven's whisper. Inside your emotions, you felt the warning. You sensed the shift. You noticed the change in energy. You saw the red flags. You heard the inner stop, the inner leave, the inner slow down, the inner this is wrong. But you doubted yourself. You second-guessed your spirit. You chose logic over intuition, people's approval over God's guidance. Michael says, you keep asking God for signs, while ignoring the signs He already gave. That is the correction. Heaven needs you to trust your own spiritual sensitivity, because it is a gift, a shield, compass. Now listen closely. This next part is important. You are holding on to things that drain you because you fear emptiness. But emptiness is not a threat. It is preparation. God empties your hands before He fills them. God empties your heart before He blesses it. God empties your environment before He elevates you. Emptiness is not loss. It is space. Space for what is meant to enter. Space for what is aligned. Space for what is holy. Space for what is finally right for you. But you have been treating emptiness as if it means you failed. Michael says, no. Emptiness is where heaven plants seeds. And those seeds need room to grow. Room your old life does not provide. Now your spirit is listening. Your heart is opening. You are ready for the deeper truth. Heaven reveals, you have been carrying guilt. That does not belong to you. Guilt for walking away. Guilt for speaking up. Guilt for choosing yourself. Guilt for setting boundaries. Guilt for saying no. Guilt for finally putting your peace above everyone else's chaos. Michael says, release it. It is not yours. You did not fail them. You saved yourself. And heaven honors that. Heaven supports that. Heaven strengthens that. You are not selfish for protecting your spirit. You are not wrong for choosing peace. You are not cruel for outgrowing someone. You are not a villain for ending a cycle that was killing your joy. You are growing. That is all. Now your chest softens. Your heart feels lighter. Your mind becomes clearer. Because you are remembering a truth you forgot. You were never meant to shrink your soul, to fit inside a small life. You were created to expand, to rise, to evolve, to be bold, to walk in purpose, to carry light. Now breathe again. Take one last slow breath. Let your spirit settle. Let the truth rise inside you. Because what comes next is the final correction. Heaven needs you to hear before the real shift begins. Michael steps closer. His presence feels firm, steady, unshakable, like something ancient, standing between you and everything that tried to break you. And he says, you cannot heal while protecting what hurt you. This is the last correction, the heaviest one, the one your soul has been avoiding, because it requires courage, real courage, inner courage, spiritual courage. You have been holding on to a piece of your past, like a wound you keep hiding. Instead of treating, you keep protecting memories that no longer represent you. You keep justifying behavior that breaks your spirit. You keep defending people who never defended you. You keep nurturing connections that cannot grow with you. And heaven says, this must end, so your healing can begin. Not to punish you, to free you, to save you, to return you to yourself. Michael continues, your heart has been loyal to what your spirit has outgrown. This is why you feel torn. This is why you feel confused. This is why you feel exhausted. In ways you never could explain. You are trying to be who you used to be, while becoming who you were created to be. That is the tension. That is the struggle. That is the breaking point. And now, this moment, you stand at the threshold of your shift. Heaven is asking you to take one step. Let go of what is shrinking you. Let go of the apology you've been waiting for. Let go of the version of you who kept quiet to avoid conflict. Let go of the emotional habits that keep reopening the same wounds. Let go of the expectations that were never yours to carry. Let go of the fear that keeps pretending to protect you. Let go, not with anger, with clarity, with peace, with truth, with spiritual maturity, because what's ahead of you cannot fit in the hands still holding on to yesterday. Now breathe again, a little deeper this time, because now Michael offers the blessing behind the correction. He says, when you release what harms you, heaven will release what is meant for you, and you will feel the shift. You will feel the lightness. You will feel the clarity. You will feel the return of your strength. You will feel the rise of your power. You will feel the awakening of your purpose. Your spirit will not stay stuck. Your heart will not stay wounded. Your path will not stay cloudy. Your future will not stay delayed. Everything opens. The moment you open, Michael's final words for part 1 are these: you are not losing everything. You are losing what was blocking everything. And now, your spirit understands. Your heart understands. Your clarity has arrived. You are stepping into a new season, a stronger season, a cleaner season, a spiritually aligned season. Heaven is with you. Michael is guarding you. God is guiding you. Breathe slowly. Let your spirit open. Let the noise fall away, because part 2 is where Michael moves from correction to transformation. Not emotional, not dramatic, real transformation. The kind that shifts your choices. The kind that tweaks your inner direction. The kind that strengthens your entire life. Michael stands beside you now, with a steady, powerful calm. The kind you feel more than hear. And he says, you are stepping into a new level of yourself. But you must meet it with truth. Truth about your patterns. Truth about your pain. Truth about your limits. Truth about your needs. Truth about your worth. Because the next version of you requires honesty you have never practiced before. Not honesty with others. Honesty with yourself. Now listen carefully. Michael gives the first transformation key. You must stop negotiating with your old self. Your old habits. Your old fears. Your old reactions. Your old coping mechanisms. Your old distractions. You keep trying to soften them, excuse them, manage them, control them, keep them alive just in case. But your old self keeps pulling you backward, keeps draining your spirit, keeps delaying your growth. Michael says, your old self cannot walk into your new season. It does not have the strength. It does not have the wisdom. It does not have the courage. It does not have the spiritual maturity. Your evolution requires shedding, releasing, outgrowing, even when it feels uncomfortable. Now breathe, slow, soft. The second transformation key arrives. You must stop feeding what weakens you. This is not about food. This is not about routine. This is about your soul. What you watch, what you listen to, what you think about, what you allow, who you entertain. Every weak moment you've had can be traced back to what you fed your spirit. You cannot pour in doubt and expect confidence. You cannot pour in chaos and expect peace. You cannot pour in fear and expect courage. You cannot pour in distractions and expect purpose. Michael says, feed what strengthens you. Starve what drains you. Your spirit knows what it needs. Your body knows when it's tired. Your intuition knows when something feels off. Your heart knows when a connection is wrong. Your mind knows when a pattern is killing your peace. You have always known. You just haven't always listened. Now listen. Fully. Deeply. Honestly. The next transformation key. You must stop explaining your growth to people who prefer your weakness. Some people liked the version of you who wasn't confident, who didn't set boundaries, who accepted less, who stayed quiet, who tolerated disrespect, who played small. They were comfortable when you were shrinking. But heaven is not calling you to shrink. Heaven is calling you to stand, to rise, to evolve. Michael says, you do not owe anyone an explanation for choosing peace over chaos. You do not owe anyone an apology for choosing healing over attachment. You do not owe anyone a justification for outgrowing what harmed you. Growth is evidence you listened to God, not evidence you betrayed someone. Now breathe again. Let these truths rearrange your spirit. The next transformation key arrives. You must forgive yourself for the times you abandoned yourself. Yes, yourself. For choosing people over peace. For choosing comfort over calling. For choosing fear over faith. For choosing numbness over healing. For choosing silence over honesty. For choosing distraction over direction. You are not weak for those choices. You were surviving. You were coping. You were doing your best with the knowledge you had. And now Michael says, you know better now, so forgive yourself. Forgiveness frees your power. Forgiveness frees your confidence. Forgiveness frees your voice. Forgiveness frees your future. You are not your past choices. You are your current awareness, your new clarity, your new strength, your new direction. The next transformation key is heavy, but necessary. You must stop returning to places where you had to pretend to be small, where you dimmed your light, where you swallowed your truth, where you ignored your intuition, where you sacrificed your peace, where your kindness was used, where your softness was exploited, where your loyalty was wasted. These places cannot grow you. They can only shrink you. Michael says, when God calls you forward, do not run backward. Your past is a teacher, not a home. Now breathe again, deeper this time. Let your chest soften, because now comes the core of part 2, the reason heaven sent this correction. Michael says, you are on the edge of becoming someone powerful, and darkness knows it. That is why the distractions increased. That is why the old patterns resurfaced. That is why emotional triggers returned. That is why negative thoughts got louder. That is why certain people came back into your life unexpectedly. Not because you are losing, because you are becoming. And becoming causes chaos in the places that benefited from your lower self. You are rising too quickly for darkness to ignore you. This is why the correction is urgent. Not because you will lose everything, but because you will lose momentum if you do not adjust your spirit now. Michael says, you are closer than you think, closer to clarity, closer to direction, closer to breakthrough, closer to healing, closer to peace, closer to alignment, closer to purpose. The enemy is not trying to destroy you. He is trying to distract you, because distraction delays destiny. This is why you feel spiritual friction. This is why your emotions feel sensitive. This is why your intuition feels sharp. This is why your spirit feels restless. You are shifting, awakening, evolving, breaking patterns your ancestors carried, breaking cycles you were born into, breaking chains your younger self could not break. Now take one more breath. Let your awareness rise. The next words from Michael complete this portion of part 2. You must choose who you are becoming over who you used to be. Not because you are better now, but because you are truer now. Michael says, walk forward with intention. Heaven walks beside you.